Hey guys, welcome back. All right, Virgos, let's take a look at what is next for this coming week. All right, so I'm recording this on Sunday, the 27th. So this is for next week, beginning the 28th. We've got the Queen of Wands and the Three of Wands. Well, this says Virgo's next chapter of life could really begin. I mean, sometimes every step that we take, of course, could have a ripple effect into our future. But this seems more like I'm cognizant of the fact that I am planning something in my future. This could be, I'm going to take a trip. I'm going to, book a vacation. This could be, I am making plans for anywhere from, a couple days into 3 months of my future. This is literally like I'm setting a goal for myself. I know exactly where I'm headed, why I'm headed there. This is also, I don't know if Virgo's going to be dressing pretty snazzy sometime next week. They very well may interact with somebody that could become Virgo's future partner. You notice that we have flanking our Queen of Wands, we have somebody that is got these masculine, feminine lions and lioness. So we have like a matched pair. Virgo very well may meet their person in this next week. It doesn't mean that they get together with this person right away. It means, I noticed them. They noticed me. Wow, we got a lot of like fiery energy, right? Exclusive fire right now. So it could be a really passionate week. Three of Wands, Queen of Wands, Sun. This is strong Leo. Here we have Leo, Sag, Aries on both of these others. So our Virgo could be a Leo, Virgo cusper in this, or it's just going to be a very passionate week. Lots of sunshine, red, gold, possibly butterflies. We have maps. We have, I think, almost like lists of things as well, like goals and plans. Virgo is using this next week to think about their future. With the Queen of Swords, it's also that, again, with the butterfly wings, I think Virgo's like desire for their life is very, very clear. I think we have a Virgo who's going to know exactly what it is that they're seeking from here on out, exactly what kind of a life they want. It is, I want to be like calmer, more comfortable, more relaxed also, but I have a very true intention for my life. We have a King of Cups. I think Virgo may have, on one hand, we have a lot of, like I said, warmth, fire, possibly passion, possibly meeting somebody important who will become more important. I think somebody either makes Virgo laugh or Virgo makes them laugh. It could be a Leo that Virgo meets in this next week that is just really funny and really delightful. And it's like, wow, that was such a great exchange. But then we also have this like moment of raw clarity coming in for Virgo, where it's like, I'm aware that something has shifted in my life. I'm aware that today just marked something different in my world. I'm aware that a relationship just took on a new dynamic between myself and somebody. King of Cups. Again, I keep feeling like it's the start of something, the awareness that I like that little warm glow. Like I like what just happened. I didn't expect that, but I like what we just shared. We shared a moment. And it's obvious, I think, by nightfall that there's some kind of like, wow, that person likes me and I like them. I'm wondering if this is somebody Virgo has dealt with before, but never felt these feels for before. Let me just ask, can we go back first before we get too deep into that? Because I feel like that Three of Wands, that encompasses a couple different things. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. So Virgo's making a decisive choice this next week about going somewhere, traveling somewhere, moving. It's a plan that they're putting into place for somewhere between the next, 3 days to 3 months. And it's very certain. So Virgo's either going to like sign a contract, commit to something, purchase those flight tickets, really get something on the books for themselves. They're going to do something, X, Y, or Z. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. That's going to happen. Emperor. This is big. This is really big. I feel like Virgo is making, and this could be almost anything. It doesn't have to be about travel. It doesn't have to be about I'm going here or there. This could be a representation of I am committing that I'm putting a timeline on myself for a thing that I want to own. I want to create this. I'm going to say this is my thing that I'm going to do. So Virgo could be stepping into this powerful emperor's vibe. I will go ahead and I will make X, Y, or Z happen. I'll be the person that, builds this into my life. Could be about I'm going to start a business and I'm determined. I sat down, I created my business plan. I'm really, whatever, starting my website. I'm really doing it now. It's not just a thought. I'm doing it. I love the fact that Virgo's so certain and Virgo is, in charge of their life. That all looks super positive. Okay, then we have that extra warmth and that flow that talks about some kind of possibly like a love response or having an encounter with someone that's really nice. It's definitely like an awareness. It's not that words are going to be spoken where it's like, hey, Virgo, you want to go out on a date with me? It's more an exchange between Virgo and another person. It's an undercurrent. It's the crown chakra is opening up. Somebody that Virgo is going to talk to. And it could have something to do with, I don't know if this is like somebody Virgo has known like through business or, they have interacted with this person before, but they never really had an undercurrent in a conversation before. And now it's like the crown chakra is opening up both for Virgo and this other person. And it's got to do with God. They might be saying, man, Virgo is super, super lovely, super attractive. Virgo's the kind of person I would want to, have a partnership with. It almost seems like as much as Virgo might be recognizing that this person is delighted to talk to them, delighted to see them, it could be that, because this is like, when you first learn something, that's why they put, all the sun cards always have like a baby or a child on it, because it's about like the realization. And we can have those moments, those flickers of, wow, I realized something. And it's always like, the surprise look that we have, whether we're kids and we suddenly, learn a magic trick, or, when we realize something, that's something, no matter how grown up we are, our little faces still kind of reflect the same, like, oh, that little shock look. And it's kind of cute because there's always like this element of like that innocent shock. I didn't realize something so marvelous until now, and it's kind of, we never lose that sense of wonder is what that card represents when something fabulous shows up in our life. And we certainly have this person who's like amazed, like they're having this sudden vision, this sudden awareness that Virgo is really important to me. This looks like a masculine, not a feminine. Does not have to be this arrangement, but Virgo has come across as a feminine, and a very, very, very good looking feminine in particular. But it's funny because Virgo is also in their masculine energy when it comes to this plan for their future. So Virgo's totally like taking charge of some things, making some plans for their life, then having a conversation, a dialogue with somebody who I think is very impressed by Virgo. And I think it just suddenly dawns on them that, my God, Virgo's attractive. That's why it could be one of those things where this person has known Virgo for a long time. They've, Virgo is whatever, patronized their business for a long time, but they never saw Virgo the way they are now. Is it Kelly Clarkson who sings Wrapped in Red? Granted, I know it's a Christmas song, but in all this white, you'll see me like you never seen me yet, wrapped in red. And it's all about like, I'm going to go ahead and speak from my heart. I'm going to say how I feel about somebody and just let them see, how I really feel. That's kind of what the song is, even though it's set for like a Christmas song. I think it's one of her best songs ever. But I'm just thinking, it doesn't matter that this isn't about Christmas. I'm just thinking that there's an element where maybe Virgo's going to be wearing red, maybe dark navy blue. I don't know, but there's definitely like a very attractive quality. And all of a sudden, this person sees Virgo in a whole new light. And Virgo knows that they're seeing me in a different light. Everybody's crown chakra is open. We're not saying, hi, I want to date you. Wow, you're really hot, Virgo. It's more probably going to be the eye contact. It's going to be the, like a pause, like, God, they're beautiful. And they may as well say it out loud because I think Virgo's going to get it. Virgo's going to hear it, even if it's not said. And I think, both people may walk away. Virgo and this person might walk away from this dialogue, this conversation, still kind of like having that sink in. Like that person, he looked at me in a whole different way. He's attracted to me. And Virgo might be thinking the same thing. I'm looking at him in a whole different way. I'm attracted to him. And the reason I say it that way is because that's when, now we get to the darker blue night. And it's like, oh, at nighttime, when I'm trying to fall asleep, I'm realizing what that exchange was. We didn't say anything. We weren't flirting. We weren't hitting on each other. But there was an awareness that we both recognized, like, we're attracted to each other. This is kind of a really big week for Virgo. With that 6 of Swords in the reverse, neither one's going to be able to stop thinking about this. Neither one is going to be able to brush it under the rug. Virgo and this person are going to be aware. And now I'm thinking about you. 4 of Swords. You know what? This is still, it's a very peaceful, very calm energy. It doesn't create like tension and drama. And, they're now clamoring for, oh my God, when am I going to see them? And, we got a date. And when are they going to ask me out? And when am I going to ask them out? There's none of that. Just peace. That 4 of Swords, that sense of, I'm aware that I like them and they like me. Something just shifted. I think Virgo's going to be feeling real sexy throughout the week, real attractive, loving their career path, loving what they do, feeling like they're really whole. And part of it is they got that nice little glow inside themselves. It's like, I'm following my true life path. I met somebody who I can tell appreciates me. It's this little happy glow in the back of Virgo's mind. I kind of think Virgo's going to have like possibly a really good turn of events financially as well, because we see this wonderful vineyard, and then way back here we have like this very elaborate, mansion type thing. Virgo might go to a winery or something. Maybe they're going to go pick grapes or buy grapes. I could see like making what do they call it? Like a Sonoma salad or something, chicken salad sandwich with grapes in it and walnuts and a little bit of wine or something. But it just feels like Virgo's in a really contented energy. We got this 3 of Cups. Again, we're at a winery. But this is in October, September, October. I don't know if there's going to be a gap between when Virgo interacts with this person again. And it's like, I'm so looking forward to seeing them again in, a month or 2, or maybe a couple months. Or Virgo is simply like realizing this is a time of my life where I realize there's going to be a harvest a little bit later. All of this talks about I'm in my present and I'm really content, but I also know that in my future, there are things that are going to be blossoming. A romance or somebody that appreciates me and I appreciate them. I know we'll talk again. I know they're on my mind. I know it's a matter of time before we interact again. In the meantime, I'm very present. I do think Virgo stays single for a bit, but they've got this person who they know they're going to interact with again later. Maybe not till October or something, but that's fine. Virgo's got a lot to do. And very interesting. There's the Chariot. It's definitely something about passage of time, but the stage is being set. Virgo probably is planning a trip or something that'll come about in around October, and that's going to be awesome. Virgo is also meeting somebody that they're developing, a mutual attraction for, and they know something will unfurl with that in a couple months, and that's going to be awesome. Virgo may have a move in the future, but right now it looks like Virgo's energy is going to be more dedicated. Certainly by the end of the week, Virgo's energy is going to be dedicated to their money, their work, their finances, maybe spending time with people that they, have as friends and family. There's going to be a lot of like contentment this week because there's the knowledge that even if I live in my present every single day, I make a little bit of progress in the things I'm already attending to. And that brings me a passage of a day closer to the next exciting thing that I know is on the horizon, which has to do with me and this person, has to do with me and this trip. It's such an important week for Virgo to like lay the railroad tracks for where their life is going. It's not even a chess game anymore. The Chariot says Virgo's already made all of their decisions. Now it's a matter of passage of time and Virgo, investing in their life one step in front of the next, moving toward the future that they already know is coming. Do we get one last card here, maybe just for the topic of that future, that Chariot energy? I think Virgo is going to be so content this whole week, especially by the end of the week. We got a 3 of Pentacles. We have multiple things that are planned and going to take shape in Virgo's life, from relationship to career to, if they're building something, building a business, to, maybe moving to a new place, building a house. All those things kind of begin this next week, and then they just kind of keep unfurling. But it is not in a chaotic, like, oh, I have no idea what's happening. It's like one step will lead to the next, will lead to the next. And it was definitely set in motion, maybe, this coming week, but it'll continue to unfurl in Virgo's life kind of exactly as Virgo has intended it to. I do think Virgo has a romantic partner. They also have maybe a business partner or something, but we've got like a city skyline, and all of this is a great week to be doing some planning. It just feels amazing. If Virgo's, let's say it's a week of expansion, but intentional expansion. Nothing is by chance. Everything is by design. And we could maybe say Virgo's true life path, the life path that they've chosen at this phase for themselves, is really starting to, like I say, the railroad tracks are being laid. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.